I'm selfish. I want to order my.
Okay, so like I said, Barry's gonna go first.
All right, so this is how it went. So my brother was an athletic trainer for basketball at her school, Hammond High. If you don't know, I'm from Gary, she's from Hammond. So, you know, we would go there from time to time for the home games, and I ended up seeing her and one of her friends. And, you know, I thought she was cute and I wanted to get on. But at that time, you know, other stuff was going on. I was chilling. That's the first time I noticed her.
Okay,
So after that, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the first time I seen him, we were at a track meet, and if you don't know that, I've always gotten hurt, and I had a boot on my leg. And at this time, I was cool with like Reese and Courtney and Ken and all them. And we were at a track meet. It was, I forget the school, but we were at a track meet, and I saw him go to the concession stand, and I was just like, oh, who is this guy? So I'm really skinny. I don't have a butt. So I walked over there and I like bend over to try to, you know, get him to look at me. He didn't pay attention to me, but it was a thought that count. I like said like prayer like, oh Lord, I just need somebody like him to come into my life. And then I haven't seen him since.
So the next part of my story was I remember that time. I didn't realize she bent over in front of me. Never seen that. The time I remember from her is because we was all standing there talking, me and guys from like Thea Bowman, and we were talking about who was gonna run what, who was gonna beat who, you know, just talking about each other. We was talking about this guy named Malik, which is one of our friends. And
He's my best friend.
And we was frying him, and her and her friend Paris jumped in and like started trying to throw jokes at everybody. And that was the first time I met her defending Malik. And like after that, they are always hanging together, like Malik and then her and Paris, and they would always be over each other, be jokes at his house, stuff like that. So in everybody, me and all my other friends' minds, her and Paris was Malik's girls. So, you know, we gave props to where it was due. I can't have guy
best friends. Obvious.
So you can tell your next part, or you want me to keep going?
No, you can finish yours.
All right. So what happened was we started running AAU track. She had came out of her booth. She was running stuff like that. I was on the team called the Jets. She was on No Limits, and we was having a water fight, and we was throwing water on each other, and then. Shoot, I seen her, and you know, back then I got her kicked, and I started kicking her, and because when I seen her, I knew she was one of them girls that like if you trying to get on, she ain't gonna text you back. Like she one of them kind of girls that ain't gonna text you back and not gonna give you time of day, which is true. She is one of them girls.
No, I'm not.
So my plan was, all right, I ain't trying to get on. I just want to be your friend. Like you seem like cool people's hang out. So she became my friend. We called each other friend, you know, stuff like that, and that's how it went from there.
Okay, so after I seen him at at the track meet at the thing, I hadn't seen him again, and it was like maybe like a year.
Yeah, about
a year, or even like almost close to a year later. I was on a track team called No Limits, and he was on the Jets, and I seen him, and we were at a track meet in Wisconsin, but before that, I seen him and like he said, we had a water fight and stuff like that. I'm not really sure how we exchanged like kicks, but we started kicking and we started talking. And I knew already that I liked him. I already knew what I had planned. So him thinking like the whole friend thing, I already knew what I was doing. So he and I were we were kicking. And then I told him like, oh, kick drains my battery. You should text me. That's me. Spin game to him. And he gave me his number, so I started texting him then. I instantly changed his name to like Barrie with like a whole bunch of heart eyes and stuff like that. And then through that time we were talking, we like called each other like husband and wife. So we were like something like that. We like escalated from, we didn't even say boyfriend and girlfriend, we just said husband and wife. And I told him that I was going to bring his favorite candy, and he told me he was going to bring mine. And I bought him some Twizzlers because I'm a woman of my word, and he told me that my hot fries was in the car, but I don't think he ever bought them. But I wasn't tripping, though. So I gave him the Twizzlers. But at that time, he got a little sister, and her name was Layla, and she was, like, so cute. And it was him and his ex was all sitting together, and I gave him the Twizzler, and I was kind of salty or whatever like that. But, so over the days, you know, we talked, and we made an agreement that we were gonna like kiss or something like that. I don't know how that came about, but at nationals, I was sitting down with my friends and I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go give him a kiss," and I kissed him, And then ever since like that, we just started like talking. He ended up introducing me to his brother. I didn't meet his mom. Did I meet your mom?
That was my birthday. You were one first.
Okay, so only met his brother that day, and then his brother's girlfriend. And then later on, he and I went out to. We went out on the 11th of August. We went to the movies. We went to go see Homefront, right?
Yeah, Homefront.
Okay, we went to go see Homefront, and we ended up leaving, and he dropped me off at my sister's house, and that was the day he asked me out. And I'm not gonna talk about that part, but he asked me out, and I said yes. And then 3 days after,
Yeah.
3 days after, it was his birthday. And
Well, let me catch my story up back before you keep going that far.
Okay.
Okay, so where we left off at. So I'm gonna fill in a few of the blanks. We started kicking because I was friends with Malik on Instagram, and he had a picture with her on it, tagged in it. So what I did was I went to her page and I followed her, and where she followed me back, I went and I liked the picture, and then I unliked it and then liked the same picture again, got her attention like that, and then we got each other's kick. That's how it went. Like I remember.
I don't remember.
And then what's the other thing? Yep. So all that she said did happen, you know, with the ex and stuff like that. It was kind of crazy. I did get her chips. They were really in the car, but it was a rough day, so she didn't really want to conversate with me no more. So yeah. And then what she about to tell y'all is that I lied about my age.
That's not what you're doing. It's
I didn't
my
lie
turn.
about my age.
That's my story.
Okay, go ahead.
I wrote those words. No, I'm kidding. No, anyways, so
sorry. And we went from being friends to husband and wife because one day I tried to send her an emoji of the girl with the hand like this, the bougie hand, and I ended up sending her the bride. And then she said, "Oh, are you trying to ask me to marry you?" And then I was like,
yeah,
"Okay, well, I mean, the shot already
no,
in
I
the
said,
air.
"Are you
Might as well
proposing to
believe
me?"
in it."
That's what I said.
And then it went from there.
Anyways, so during the time like he and I were talking, I'm not sure if we played 21 questions, but I'm sure we did something along the line where we asked each other our age. And I mentioned earlier that I was cool with these dudes. Well, I'm still are, but like Ken and Reese and all them, and they all were like my age, like 18, 19, you know, around that age. And he hung out with them, so when he told me his age, I also assumed like, okay, he is that age. I didn't really pay attention to what he ran, like the events, because they do like 15, 16, 17, 18. I didn't really pay attention to all that because I think you ran in like older groups in the relay. You might have.
Yeah, I ran up.
I don't remember. But, well, at that time, I was 18, and he told me he was 18. So I'm assuming that, he's about to be 19 because his birthday is 3 days after we got together. I wasn't going to originally go to his birthday party. I was at the beach with my friends, Reese and all of them. And then they eventually dragged me to his party where I just looked a mess. And I didn't want to go in, and we were in there, and they were singing happy birthday to him, and the candles had 1-6 on it. And I asked my friends that I was there with, Malik and Paris. I was trying to figure out why the 6 was upside down because I thought he was turning 19. And if you don't know Malik, he loves to fry. He cracks jokes, and he like, no, he a little A boy, you ain't know. And then like they were like laughing. I kind of like tried to make my way to the back, but his mom was just taking pictures of everybody with her camera. She was just like so close, and I had no choice but stay up there with him. And yeah, so I was 18 and he was 15 when we got together.
So it's a lot of holes in that story, but the one I'm going to mostly focus on is the age.
What holes are in there?
Don't worry about it. It's the age thing. What happened was I did not lie to her about my age. Because my intentions was to date her, I wouldn't lie about something that serious.
He's lying because I told him the type of guy I want. I went from like, you gotta have nice shoes, you gotta have a nice smile, I look at how he dressed, you know, things like that. Like, and then I said I like guys older than me. I've always wanted to date a guy older than me.
And I did not lie to her about my age. I did not. Now I know I may have avoided the question or something. But I know I did not lie to her and tell her I was 18. That ain't me. I'm proud of being how old I am.
Guys, he's not.
And now, guys, we are happily together, even though I'm 19 and she's 24. It happens. No, I'm playing.
I'm selfish.